I actually always worry about being a little too needy and being, they are so responsive. I feel sometimes guilty, but not that guilty. So UserVoice helps companies listen to their customers, or sometimes even their own employees. What UserVoice does is provide you forums where your customers actually are empowered to vote up the best ideas they have.
You know what your users want. You know how you can take your tool or your service and re-engineer it so that your customers are happy, they're more fulfilled, and they're better engaged with your product.
How well can rock bands use UserVoice? How well can government agencies use UserVoice? These are things we're still learning about. Where can we take this? What are our markets?
Our CTO chose Ruby on Rails initially. We started building. We found out that there were other people that were building other components, and we just built accordingly.
Ruby on Rails is just a great language if you're trying to get started quickly. We had a first version of UserVoice written in a month. I'm coming from a background of Java where it can take you a couple months just to get a basic working version out there. You can get up and running really quickly, and it can scale with you once you get past the prototyping part.
When we started at UserVoice, we were doing all the administration ourselves, right? So we're load balancing, we're caching, we're doing all the stuff that we know that we need to do, but we're wasting all the time trying to support our application rather than build it.
Who can help us offload this? And thankfully there are services that do this, but everyone we talk to really recommended EngineYard over anyone else.
Having somebody like EngineYard where we can just put in a ticket, off they go, they can take care of it for us, or in some cases they send us emails saying, hey, we noticed this, we'll fix it for you. I mean, that just makes us feel good, right?
We need to have redundancy and backups and all these things done, and especially security. And we had customers calling today asking about, is your data center secure, is it SAS 70? And these are all things that would have taken us months and months of time to try to get it set up on our own. EngineYard already has that built in.
EngineYard comes in where they have 80 people on staff that already know what they've been doing, have been doing it from the beginning of Rails. They understand it, they know it, they built it.
The Ruby community they're very close to. They're not just a service provider, they are actually building these open source projects that a lot of the Ruby community uses.
I mean, that's comforting to know that you're working with the best of the best.
There's a lot of expertise, so we really lean on them a lot. It's hard sometimes when you only have what you know about your app. It's great to be able to draw on them because they've seen hundreds of other apps.
There's been a number of times where UserVoice has fallen over, something happened, things that were completely unintended. Within 90 seconds we'd get an email or a phone call from EngineYard saying, hey, did you know that this happened? We're on the case. If you want to help out, we'll show you what we're doing.
I really preach to a lot of our people, a lot of our friends too. You should be looking at EngineYard. The things I see people spending hours on, we spend minutes on just writing a ticket up and sending it over to EngineYard and getting it right back.
So April 17th last year was when we launched. And here it is, we're a year older. We've now got 13,000 companies that are using our product. Our widgets now average every month 140 million impressions every month. How would we have done that all by ourselves if we would have had to support that?
As we scale up, we just keep putting in requests for new slices, and a lot of the load balancing stuff is already taken care of, and it spreads out evenly, and they can run with us. EngineYard is an extension of our business. When we pitch our business, we're 5 people, but we say we're 5 people plus all the people at EngineYard. They're actually a partner. They're not just solving problems and closing tickets.